What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at something that I'm actually pretty excited for. This is the second most excited I've been for a Marvel Legends in a while. We're going to be taking a look at the brand new, the Marvel Legends 2-pack Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man, Renew Your Vows, a 2-pack of Spider-Man and Spinneret, which is Mary Jane. So that's pretty damn cool. Right off the bat, this is the first windowless package I have experienced. And I gotta say, I don't fucking like it. It feels weird. It feels cheap. And it's weird not seeing what you're buying. I just think it's a bad idea. I think they should do something more like they do for their basic figures when it's a piece of cardboard and then the figures are zip tied to it. I think that makes more sense. You can see the figure and there's no plastic to it. Why they don't do that? I think it would be difficult with the accessories, but I don't know. This is not doing it for me. So on the back, you get digital renders of the figures and all the accessories that it comes with. You don't get to see any of the paint apps. On the side, you get some dope-ass artwork of Spidey and Spinneret there. And then the other side, you get some shitty-ass, like, just standstills. I like the little Spider-Man on the bottom. There's the barcode. It is hitting targets right now. And then I do really like the Spider-Man 60 years logo. That looks pretty damn cool. But like I said, I'm super excited because I'm going to talk about, I do have the retro Spider-Man, so I'm going to be talking about why I think this is better, but still not the perfect Spider-Man. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pop these guys open because I am actually super excited. So I thought I'd go ahead and show you guys what the inside of the packaging looks like. So this is my first time opening it, obviously. So there's nothing else in the box. So for you inbox collectors, I'm really sorry. You literally get little baggies of accessories. That's so weird. So there's Peter's accessories. You can't really see if if they packaged hands wrong. We'll get to them in a second. Then you open this little baggie, and this is Spinneret's accessories, if they want to come out. And then there's like these weird cardboard pieces that you just kind of pull apart. And there's really, I guess it's collector friendly if you're careful enough, but I don't imagine people are going to do that. And then you take them out of the package as well. I don't know why we're being gentle here. And then finally this one. Sorry for you people who don't like the noises, but yeah, so let's go ahead. I'm going to clean this up and then we're going to take a closer look at these guys. So taking these two out of the package, there's a lot to go over here. And I gotta say, I'm really happy with them. It's not perfect in my opinion, and I'll say why I think that, but this is definitely the best Spider-Man that Hasbro or probably anybody has put out for the price point. I mean, this 2-pack, it's gonna run you like $55 after tax, and that's pretty damn expensive. That's almost $30 a figure. It's a lot, but I think for the most part they're worth it. Honestly, it's hard to really advocate that, but again, it's Spidey, and who doesn't love Spidey? So, what are you going to do? I think we're going to start with Spinneret because I actually think that she's perfect for what she's supposed to be. I really have no complaints about her. I really like this head sculpt. I don't really care about Spinneret as a character. Honestly, barely knew she existed. Like, when I saw the 2-pack, I was like, oh, Spinneret exists. Like, I was never going to ask for this. But the paint is pretty clean, which is good considering, you can't see it until you open it. Don't like these. Please stop doing that. If you're going to reuse the body molds, then at least make 2 kinds of molds. Also, please don't mind my hands. They're a little dirty just because they won't clean off. Something happened at work, and they just won't come off. My hands are clean. Nothing's going to get on the white figure, but it just, sometimes your hands, they don't fucking, when you wash them, nothing fucking comes out. So it'll come out with time. But the white is super clean and crisp. I really like the way that the red paint is done on there. All the way across her body looks really nice. Even on the cheeks, looks really nice. And then you get the red markings on top of like the little cuffs, which I think is a nice detail to the suit. The feet look really nice. And the feet look really good. So I think that that's super nice. I really do like the way that she looks. She looks very clean and crisp. I really like the head sculpt. I like the hair, the way that that's set up like that. And the paint is very clean too. The mouth looks really nice. I actually like this a lot more than I thought. Can somebody tell me if this is main 616 universe? I'm going to put her on my Marvel shelf anyway, just because I like collecting heroes, and this is pretty cool. Even if she's not main 616. I mean, she's with Spider-Man. So I never read this story, to be honest with you. So let me know if anybody knows anything about that. Let me know. As far as accessories is concerned, they both do get their full spread. So you get punchies, you get grabbies or crawlies, and then you get thwippies. So you do get the full range of hands, and they each come with an unmasked interchangeable head. So this is reuse of the previous Mary Jane figure, but with a new paint job, and I really like the way that that looks. It looks very pretty, and it definitely looks like the same person is under the mask. So that's pretty damn cool. I like the eye paint on there. The hair looks good. Definitely you can tell that's Mary Jane. So I like that a lot. As far as articulation is concerned, the head for the alternate head's not really going to look up. It'll look side to side a little bit and pivot a little bit. But when you want your articulation, I mean, this is probably why she puts her hair up when she's ready to throw down. She can look up all the way, down, rotate side to side, and you do get a decent amount of pivot. So the head articulation on her is great. Shoulders go up, down, rotate 360, bicep swivel, and double jointed knees on a female figure. This is the Shriek body. You do get wrist swivel and hinge. Her diaphragm joint, I think, could be a little bit better, but it's not awful. Goes forward and back and then rotates like that. I wish that they would do like a crunch there for the female figures. I think that that would really, really benefit. It's similar to how they do the Spider-Man. I think that that would be dope. The legs will go out that far, down, kick forward, back, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, and then the ankles go up and down. And these have the ratchety, clickety pivot, so please be careful with that. Everybody comes at me for my fucking Vulcan video, even though if you watched the video you saw I was super excited for that and did not fucking do that on purpose, but whatever. So Spinneret I like a lot more than I thought I would. Very solid figure, but let's be honest here, I think a lot of people are buying this for the Spider-Man. Now you're probably wondering, what are your thoughts on this? And I usually ask that at the end, but this is kind of a big deal for people. A pinless Marvel Legends Spider-Man with toe joints. Whoa. Never heard of. But I gotta say, he's about 95% there. There are two things, maybe three, that I would change on this guy. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The head is one of the things that would change. I think the jaw is a little wide, and I don't really like how wide his chin looks. If I was to do a perfect Spider-Man, I would kind of squeeze them in a little bit, make it a little bit more narrow of a face. Some people prefer the wider face. I'm just saying, for me, I like the McFarlane, like, skinny look with the big eyes. So that's me personally, but I do like the way that it looks nonetheless. That's just a personal preference thing. Now, the first thing, my first issue is the shoulders are too low and too small. If they were to bring them up and increase the size of the shoulders, he would look so much more heroic. And that has nothing to do with everybody's going to go, oh, he's a slender character. You can still be a slender character. Your body proportions don't change, okay? Just the size of them do, all right? Your proportions are going to stay the same. Your shoulders are going to be bigger. The relative rule of thumb is you want your shoulders to be wider than your hips, and his are like barely. Like they are. It's not terrible, but I think if you raise them up a little bit, they're slouched. If he had like a straight line there, it'd be really good. They probably do that for articulation, but honestly, I think that it would really benefit aesthetically. And then the last thing that I would change aesthetically is I like a little bit brighter blue for Spidey. God knows we're going to get like 5 more on this body mold. And I'm okay with that. I would love Daredevil on this mold. That would be fucking sick. There's a couple characters I could think of. I wouldn't mind redoing Speedball on this. Fucking that figure. I can't wait to bash on that shit. But the paintwork on here is super clean. And look at that arm, people. Red on that side, blue on this side. Oh, man. Never thought you'd see the day, huh? And it's very cleanly applied, which is good, again, because you can't see what's going on the back. You get those weird 2 dots that really aren't anything, but whatever. Because the torso is pretty much reuse. It's just new arms and legs and feet. But I do like how clean and crisp that is. I don't really like the way that they handle the butterfly joint paint. Just kind of looks a little weird, but chances are you're not going to be using them forward and then taking a picture from the back or something. So I do really like that. Does he have a new butt? I don't know. That kind of looks new. Them cakes are caked. And then, of course, you get the feet, which are new. I really like the pointed feet, and they're pinless toes. How cool is that? That is awesome. I really, really like that. So overall, like I said, he's like 95% there from me. But he's definitely the best Spider-Man I've ever owned, and will probably be the quintessential Spider-Man on my shelf, unless they make like a super Todd McFarlane style Spider-Man, and people are like, probably going to be like, oh, you're so biased toward him. I just really like that design for Spidey. But as far as accessories go, you're going to get your essentials. You're going to get Thwippies, Crawlies, and as you saw on the figure, Fisties. And then finally, as I said earlier, you do get an unmasked head with this one, and this Peter Parker head looks awesome. I've liked this Peter Parker head for a while, ever since they first did. I mean, this is definitely reuse, but I like it. It looks like Peter Parker. It looks like Civil War Peter Parker, in my opinion. But it just looks really, really nice. So I like that a lot. I'm usually not a fan of unmasked heads, but I really like that. As far as articulation goes, this is dumb. I hate this. They should have changed this. This fucking slot in the back of the head. Look at the gappage. You can see right through it. A double ball peg and well applied one would be perfect for this, because you get barely any pivot and it rotates. But I don't know. That is so stupid. I hate that. You can't look down very much. Shoulders do go up past horizontal. They'll go down. They will rotate 360. You do get a butterfly joint that goes pretty far back. That's pretty good. I like that a lot. Forward, not as much, but he does go forward more than most. Better than McFarlane. Bicep swivel, double jointed, pinless elbows. Oh, beautiful. And then the wrist swivel and hinge. As far as the torso is concerned, pivot side to side, rotate up there, crunch a little bit forward and back so you get good movement. But then when you want to get them all the way forward, use that reverse ab crunch. Love this articulation setup. I wish we would get that on all the figures. I don't like the drop hips neither. They're really not necessary. This is the legs with the hip down. And then if you push them up all the way, that's how far they... It doesn't really change anything. And he still can't do the splits. Like, she can do better than he does. And she's got thicker legs. Like, what? That's weird, but whatever. Thigh swivel. Double jointed pinless knees. Love to see it. Thigh rotation, or calf rotation, sorry. Ankles go up and down. Beautiful ankle pivot. And then toe hinge on a Marvel Legend. We haven't seen that since Beast. How crazy is that? You can get them in the fucking Spidey poses. Oh, man. God, that is so fucking badass, dude. That is really badass. And they're not super loose neither, so you can get him to hold there. I just can move the thing. But damn, that is so awesome. As far as scaling is concerned, here he is next to Zombie Cap, who's in a crouching pose. The new member of the Zack Toys team, Tomato Head, got replaced by Jazz Wares Peely, because Peely is superior. I was looking all over for Peely. There they are next to the Pizza Spider body mold in the form of Darwin. Here they are next to the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman, the Dark Knight Returns version. And then here they are next to Silly Kong. But I think what most people want to see these figures next to is the first release of this body mold in the form of retro carded Spider-Man. So the colors aren't super different. Like, they're not super noticeable. This red is definitely a little bit darker than this one, but the blue is a little bit brighter than this one. So take this red and this blue. That would have been fucking perfect for me. But otherwise, this is still no brainer. Look at the arms. Gross. Look at this. Look at that. Ew. Ew. But look at that. Oh, yeah. Love to see it. The paint on the shoulders was super shitty on this one, too. I mean, this was a great figure for what it is, but I'm so sorry. Step aside. A newcomer has arrived, and he came to party. He didn't come to fuck around. He came to fuck shit up, and that he has. So I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm retiring this. I'm going to sell this. He's getting sold. You could interchange the heads if you want. I don't know how bad it would look color-wise. It doesn't look too bad. If you don't look at it hard enough, definitely could work if you want to do that. On camera, it looks worse than it does in person. But I like the bigger eyes on Spidey anyway. Like I said, I like the Todd McFarlane version of Spider-Man. So that's not an issue for me. But yep, I have the card for this guy in anticipation that he would get very expensive. And I don't want him anymore, so I'm going to put him back in the box as best as I can. And he'll be on sale for Mercari if you would like. So while it is no brainer, some of you guys out there might be asking, yo, Ant, What are you thinking of these fakes? And I gotta say, this is one of the best Marvel Legends that we've gotten in a long time. And I still don't think it's perfect. It's just really good. And I really like this Spinneret a lot more than I thought I would, which is a pleasant surprise. I like being wrong when it's this kind of way. But the Spider-Man is damn near perfect. It would be if this is your favorite version of Spider-Man, this is your favorite look for him, then it's perfect for Marvel Legends standards. I really can't think of anything that they could improve other than the proportion of the shoulders, the head articulation. But, like, that's minor stuff. Overall, he's still such a fun figure to pose and play around with. And the Spinneret is perfect for what she's supposed to be, too. My issues mostly with the Spider-Man are personal preferences. So, I'm aware of that. I mean, he's on his toes, not being touched by anything else, and he's solidly sitting there. He's probably going to go on my shelf like that. I mean, that's just so fucking badass. So, I'm very happy with this. While it does have its downsides, I still think that it is a super solid release from Hasbro, and I'm happy to see that they're getting back into the swing of things of not just releasing the same shit over and over and over again in the form of terrible body molds. I say that, but then that Spider-Man box set is atrocious. Luckily, I don't do villains, so that I'm skipping that, but damn, that's a pretty ridiculous box set. If you're getting that, let me know. I'm not going to shit on you, but you're wrong for buying it. Anyway, at a price point of $55 after tax. I'm calling it 55 because unless you live in the state of Delaware, I believe, or Maryland, I think it's Maryland or Delaware, you're not paying taxes. So, or you're going to be paying taxes. So, at the price point of that, I'm going to go ahead and still give these guys a 9.5 out of 10. It's awesome, and I don't mind paying that to get the perfect Spider-Man. I don't feel like I need a new Spider-Man anytime soon. I'm not a Spider-Man simp. He's awesome, but I'm not going to suck any cock that he has his name on. Whatever, like, I don't need both of these. He's getting sold. He's getting sold immediately, and hopefully I can make back the money that I spent on these. But anyway, that's all I got for today. So if you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I post a lot over there, and I'm going to have a lot of fun, so I'm sure you all will too. If you're not already, please follow on Instagram. I want to get to like 300 at least in the next month. So that's all I got. But as always, let me know. You copping? I got to know. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.